This is the story of a massive, powerful-looking bull, whose heart is as pure and innocent as a child's. While all the other bulls dream of becoming stronger through fighting, Ferdinand would rather lose himself in the sweet scent of flowers. But fate has other plans, and soon he's forced to step into the fighting arena. The story begins in Spain at a place called Casa del Toro, where bulls are trained for bullfighting. There we see a few young calves sparring with each other. Among them is Valiente, the strongest of all. He dreams of growing up to be a mighty bull like his father. Then we meet a black-colored calf named Ferdinand. He loves flowers and hates fighting. That's what makes him so different from the rest. Just then, a winner's truck rolls in, and Valiente's eyes light up with excitement. Ferdinand asks, "Why is that truck here?" Valiente proudly explains, "That's the winner's truck. Today, the matador is coming to choose a bull for the big fight. He's definitely going to pick my father, and one day when I grow up to be fierce and strong, he'll choose me too." Guapo cuts in, saying, "No way, he'll pick me." Valiente laughs at him, teasing, "You? He'll never pick you, you're scared of matadors." Just then, Bones joins the conversation and says, "He won't pick either of you, he'll pick me. I'm the fastest bull here, and I'll beat the matador to become the winner." Valiente, angry, rams into Bones and knocks him to the ground. Ferdinand immediately rushes forward to help Bones, but instead of gratitude, Bones snaps at him, calling him weak. Valiente starts tearing apart Ferdinand's beloved flower. Desperate, Ferdinand steps in to protect it and says, "You can hit me if you want, but please don't hurt the flower." Just then, the grown bulls enter the arena for a fight. Among them are Valiente's father and Ferdinand's father, Raf. The matador is here today to choose one bull for the next big bullfight. The match begins. Both bulls are strong and fearless, but in the end, Raf defeats Valiente's father. Impressed, the matador chooses Raf. Hearing this, Raf beams with pride. Before leaving, Raf goes to meet his son, Ferdinand. "The matador picked me," he says, smiling. Both of them are overjoyed. Raf then gently tells his son, "Every bull dreams of going into the ring and coming out a winner. That's our destiny, so now I must go. But don't be sad, I'll be back soon." Ferdinand looks up at him and says softly, "But I don't dream of that. I don't like fighting." Raf smiles and replies, "When you grow up, your dreams will change. You'll become stronger than me, and when you step into the ring, you'll be the champion." But Ferdinand shakes his head. "I don't want to do any of that," he says. Raf sighs and explains, "That's not how our world works, son. We bulls have to fight." Just then, the winner's truck arrives. Raf looks at Ferdinand and says softly, "It's time for me to go now. When I come back, I'll teach you all my moves and secret tricks." Then he turns and walks away. Every day after that, Ferdinand waits eagerly for his father's return. One afternoon, he hears the honk of the winner's truck and runs out, excited, thinking his dad is finally home. But when he gets there, his father isn't among them. Raf never came back. Ferdinand's heart sinks. Days pass, and he misses his father terribly. Then, Valiente's father cruelly says to him, "Raf was weak, that's why he's dead." Hearing that breaks Ferdinand even more. He can't stand being there any longer, so when he gets the chance, he runs away. The workers chase after him, but Ferdinand sprints toward the fence and leaps onto a moving train, escaping just in time. The train rattles through the night and finally stops deep inside a forest. Ferdinand jumps off and runs as the rain begins to pour. The storm grows fierce and thunder echoes through the trees. Suddenly, he hears a dog barking. The sound terrifies him. He slips, tumbles into a pit, and passes out. When he wakes up, he's in a warm, cozy barn. A kind man named Juan found him and brought him home. The next morning, as Ferdinand opens his eyes, he sees a little girl standing in front of him. Her name is Nina, Juan's daughter. At first, Ferdinand is scared, but Nina slowly approaches him and says gently, "It's okay, I'll take care of you." She hands him a flower, smiling. Then she leads him outside and says, "From now on, this is your home." She points toward a beautiful garden filled with colorful flowers and tells him he can go play among them anytime he wants. Ferdinand's eyes light up. He's overjoyed. He loves flowers more than anything in the world, and this place feels like paradise. Over time, Ferdinand and Nina become inseparable, the best of friends. From that day on, Ferdinand and Nina shared everything. They ate together, played together, and even slept side by side. Days passed, and Ferdinand grew into a huge, strong bull. Despite his size, their bond stayed unbreakable, and they continued living happily in the same home, dancing and playing around. One morning, Ferdinand wakes up extra early, brimming with excitement. Today is the flower festival, his favorite day of the year. As usual, Nina invites him to join her at the festival. But Juan, her father, steps in and says no. He explains gently, "He's not a little calf anymore, Nina. He's grown big now. We can't take him there." Nina protests, "But he's so good, he deserves to come." Juan smiles knowingly and replies, "Out here, beyond this farm, no one truly understands his goodness. That's why, for his own safety, he must stay here." Reluctantly, Nina accepts it for Ferdinand's sake. She kneels down and whispers, "I'm sorry, Ferdinand. I can't take you, but I promise I'll bring you the most beautiful bouquet from the festival." She then grabs her little pet, Paco, and heads off. Ferdinand sits under a tree, feeling sad and left out. But soon a thought strikes him. Nina will need him. Without hesitation, he decides to go to the flower festival on his own. When he arrives, Nina spots him instantly. "Ferdinand, why are you here?" she asks, surprised. Before he can answer, Ferdinand gets caught in some hanging fabric and can't see a thing. He stumbles and lands on a bee, which stings him sharply. In pain, he bolts around wildly, knocking over tables, stalls, and decorations. The crowd panics, thinking the bull has gone completely mad. Soon, the animal control team arrives to handle the chaos. Ferdinand, terrified, runs in every direction, trying to escape. He darts into a shop, trying to hide, but they corner him. The team eventually captures him and locks him inside a truck. Through the commotion, Nina watches in horror. By the time Nina realizes, Ferdinand has already been taken away. She feels heartbroken, watching her best friend disappear. The truck carries Ferdinand back to Casa del Toro, the very place he had once escaped from. He can hardly believe it. He's back where he started. Ferdinand struggles fiercely, trying to break open the truck and escape. Seeing this, Moreno decides to calm him down by leaving a gentle goat named Lupe nearby, a goat trained to soothe bulls. Lupe tries her best to calm Ferdinand, but at first nothing works. All Ferdinand wants is to get out of there. Gradually, however, Lupe's calm presence begins to have an effect. She slowly introduces him to the other bulls. At first, everyone is shocked. They can't believe how big and strong Ferdinand has become. Just then, Valiente appears. He's grown more arrogant over time and sneers at Ferdinand. "I never thought you'd come back." Ferdinand replies honestly, "I didn't know I'd end up back here either." Valiente smirks and says, "I know everything. You came back all tough and strong just to get revenge on me. But I'm glad. Now finally, someone can challenge me. And when we face off in the ring, I'll be even stronger and will beat you." With that, Valiente walks away. Lupe leads Ferdinand into a cozy room and begins to gain his trust. She gives him a small gift, a musical flower toy. Ferdinand and Lupe settle down for the night, but sleep doesn't come for Ferdinand. During the night, 3 little mice sneak in, trying to steal some food. Ferdinand sees them and the mice freeze, terrified that he might attack. Ferdinand reassures them gently, "Don't worry, I won't hurt you." Then the mice introduce themselves. They're 3 siblings named Una, Dos, and Cato. Ferdinand lets them take some food and even helps them whenever he can. The next morning, Ferdinand tries to escape again, but electric wires are strung all around, blocking every way out. Meanwhile, we are introduced to El Primero, the best bullfighter in Casa del Toro. He tells Moreno, "I've come to choose the best bull, the one I'll fight in the final match." Moreno gathers all the bulls into the arena so El Primero can pick the strongest and most skilled one. All the bulls are released into the ring. Instantly, they start fighting each other. But Ferdinand refuses to fight. He doesn't want to hurt anyone, so he stays out of it. Valiente and Guapo begin battling fiercely. At one point, Valiente orders Guapo to look toward El Primero. The moment Guapo sees him, he panics and faints. Ferdinand rushes forward to help him. In doing so, he accidentally collides with the other bulls, knocking them all down. Watching this, El Primero gets furious. "A bull needs both strength and skill," he tells Moreno. "But none of these bulls have either," Moreno pleads. "Give my bulls one more chance." El Primero replies firmly, "My final fight is in 2 days. Before that, I need the best bull." Because Guapo fainted, he's sent to the butcher's house. But Guapo is thrilled. He thinks El Primero has chosen him. Ferdinand turns to Valiente and says, "This all happened because of you." Valiente smirks and replies, "Ever since you left, everything changed here. Now, a bull is either special or meat." Then Valiente walks away. Ferdinand feels deeply sad. He misses Nina terribly. At the same time, Nina is missing Ferdinand just as much. Suddenly, Ferdinand hears Bonus crying. Bonus sobs, "Guapo was my best friend. I tried to tell him to stop being scared, but he could never control his fear. And now he's gone. If we don't want to end up at the butcher's like Guapo, we have to fight." The next day, all the bulls are practicing except Ferdinand. Angus approaches him and whispers a secret. "I can't see properly," he admits. "That's why I can't win." Ferdinand comes up with a clever idea. He lifts Angus's hair with his tongue so that Angus can see clearly. Suddenly, Angus is able to take in the beauty of nature for the very first time. Overjoyed, he thanks Ferdinand. Just then, Lupe comes over and advises Ferdinand, "Stop worrying about helping others. Focus on training. Think of bullfighting like a dance. Flow with it." At that moment, the pigs in the neighboring ground start mocking Ferdinand. "Do you even know how to dance?" they tease. Soon, a spectacular dance-off begins between the bulls and the horses. The bulls win, and Ferdinand and his friends cheer with excitement. Afterwards, Ferdinand tells everyone to escape with him, but they hesitate, afraid that people outside might not be friendly. However, Ferdinand convinces Lupe to come along. Lupe warns, "This place is surrounded on all sides. There's no way we can get out from here." An idea sparks in Ferdinand's mind. He asks the mice for help, but they refuse to get involved. Then Ferdinand offers the mice a dancing flower as a peace offering, and they finally agree to help. The mice come up with a plan. They'll sneak out through the back of the house, moving quietly from inside. Carefully, they make their way through the building. Inside, Ferdinand sees his father's horns hanging on the wall. As he looks closer, he notices dozens of other bulls' horns as well, a chilling reminder that no bull has ever survived the ring. Ferdinand realizes that once a bull enters the arena, no one can beat the matador. All the bulls end up dead. Disturbed, he turns to Lupe and says, "We have to go back. I can't stand seeing my friend's horns hanging here." Determined, Ferdinand gathers the other bulls and shows them the horns. He explains, "No bull can ever win against the matador. Every bull that's gone in so far has died, and their horns are kept here as proof." He urges them to leave with him. The bulls get ready, but Valiente refuses to follow and starts attacking Ferdinand. Ferdinand doesn't want to fight, but Valiente forces the battle. During the scuffle, Valiente's horn breaks. El Primero watches the whole scene and is impressed. He chooses Ferdinand for tomorrow's fight, while Valiente is sent to the butcher's house. Ferdinand feels bad for Valiente and immediately starts planning a rescue with his friends. Makina breaks the electric wires, and Ferdinand's friends trap the 3 horses in a room to prevent interference. Then Ferdinand sets off for the butcher's house to save Valiente. There, he finally sees Valiente waiting. Ferdinand tells Valiente, "Come with me." But Valiente hesitates. "My horn is broken. I'm useless. I can't do anything," he says. Ferdinand reassures him, "You'll come with us. No one will boss you around. You'll be your own master and you can do whatever you want." Just then, Ferdinand hears Guapo's voice and realizes he's still alive. He rushes to help him, but a machine suddenly switches on, moving dangerously toward Guapo. Ferdinand tries to stop it, but can't. At the last moment, Valiente steps in and jams a rod into the machine, stopping it. The 3 of them escape safely. They run straight into a truck where all of Ferdinand's friends are waiting. Seeing Guapo alive fills everyone with joy, but their noise wakes everyone nearby. Ferdinand quickly gets everyone into the truck and the mice take the wheel, driving them away. Moreno's men are in hot pursuit. The mice drive recklessly, ramming into Moreno's vehicles and causing accidents. Yet soon they get stuck in traffic, and Moreno's team catches up again. Chaos erupts on the streets as Ferdinand and his friends dash forward. Ferdinand guides them toward the train station to get them safely to a nearby village. Moreno's men arrive there too. Ferdinand hustles everyone onto the train, but just as he's about to climb aboard, Moreno's men grab him. Meanwhile, on TV, people watch in shock. News reports show that a group of bulls is running wild through the streets, but the most dangerous bull among them has been captured, and today it's scheduled to fight El Primero. Hearing this, Juan decides he must go to save Ferdinand. Meanwhile, Ferdinand is brought before El Primero for the fight. When he faces him, Ferdinand doesn't attack. He stands silently, calm and unafraid. El Primero tries everything to provoke him, but nothing works. Then El Primero's men forcefully jab him with a spear, trying to incite him. Ferdinand dodges and weaves through them, avoiding every attack. At one point, El Primero's red cape gets caught on Ferdinand's horn. El Primero lunges to grab him, but Ferdinand uses his strength to toss him aside. Enraged, El Primero strikes again, but Ferdinand skillfully avoids every blow. The fight turns into a thrilling spectacle, and the entire audience is on the edge of their seats, cheering and laughing with excitement. Meanwhile, Juan and Nina arrive at the arena. El Primero, furious, attempts to kill Ferdinand, landing a hit on his leg. In a surge of anger, Ferdinand lifts him with his horns, but then Ferdinand notices a single flower. Its sight reminds him of home and the life he loves. Instantly, he calms down and releases El Primero. The flower brings back memories of peace, family, and the life he wants to protect. But El Primero comes at him again, sword in hand. Ferdinand sits calmly, showing everyone that animals can be gentle and good too. The crowd is moved, emotional at the sight of his peaceful courage. El Primero still tries to attack, but suddenly the audience erupts, shouting, "Don't hurt him! Let him go!" Nina and Juan cheer loudly, overjoyed to see Ferdinand being defended. People begin clapping and cheering for Ferdinand, applauding his bravery and kindness. Even El Primero, seeing the crowd's reaction, finally lets him go. Then Nina runs onto the ground. Seeing each other, Ferdinand and Nina light up with joy. They embrace tightly, reunited. The crowd is deeply touched and showers them with flowers in celebration. Soon, all of Ferdinand's friends arrive. Seeing him safe makes everyone overjoyed. Moreno delivers them all safely to Nina's home. There, they live happily together, and the movie reaches its heartfelt, happy ending. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more fun and entertaining content.